Right before you got in, right before the press conference started, when Chanko walked in, this place absolutely lost its mind. Do you think that he's finally ready to take the place of a king of a lightweight division? And the answer is absolutely. He's a great fighter. He's a great guy. Please call him Chanko, not John Pork. He doesn't like John Pork. He is the guy who's helped me with all my camps recently, so he's going to be a great lightweight.
If you've been following the media for UFC 322, you might have noticed that besides the general air of excitement for what's probably the best card we're gonna get this year, there was a weird amount of attention devoted to a guy that's not even fighting on it. His name is Magomed Zaynukov, and he's one of Islam Makhachev's training partners who's yet to make his UFC debut, but as far as the UFC fans are concerned, he is John Pork. And this is both one of the funniest things to happen in the UFC in recent memory, and also completely unironically one of their best organic marketing campaigns, because this guy is becoming a celebrity in the world of MMA solely through being a meme. If you take a look at his Instagram profile, he has an insane amount of engagement on every single post, and most of it is John Pork related. And he's gaining thousands of followers every single day. If this continues to grow exponentially, he might be closing in on 1 million followers by New Year's without ever having stepped foot in the octagon. And I could totally see Dana White getting behind this, because stuff like this is right up his alley. I mean, this is the man that brought us Nina Drama and thinks that Power Slap is going to be bigger than the UFC because it gets millions of views on Instagram Reels. I mean, just listen to this crowd. And just to explain what's going on here, John Pork was already a pre-existing meme based on an Instagram account that was started in 2018 about a faux influencer with a pig snout, which eventually evolved into a borderline nonsensical thing that you just kind of had to engage in order to understand. Stuff like this. Zaynukov became associated with it purely by accident when Islam Makhachev introduced him to Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson by his nickname Chanko, which is also the name of his village. Because of Islam's strong accent, the internet misinterpreted what he said as John Pork, and a legend was born.
I introduced my team. This guy, Chanko, 2 times world professional Muay Thai champion.
I do feel kind of bad for Zaynukov because he doesn't like the nickname, and I can totally understand why. Besides the obvious issue of him wanting to represent his village and that being snatched away from him in the name of a joke, a devout Muslim guy being referred to as John Pork is probably the equivalent of a devout Christian guy being referred to as John Deviled Eggs or something. Knowing how family-oriented these guys are, it's probably not a fun thing to try and explain to his relatives, and especially the older generations, who probably barely understand the concept of social media, let alone a meme. And I have to say, the innocence with which he himself talks about it kinda tugs at my heartstrings, because you can tell that he's kind of in on the joke, but also not really. It's not like he's a 16-year-old edgelord that posts on 4chan in his free time. He's a guy that grew up in a part of the world that was largely excluded from online culture.
People in the comment section were blowing it up with John Pork comments. I'm not sure if you've seen that on your Instagram or anything like that. The people were commenting and a lot of John Pork on his Instagram.
No John Pork, Chanko, no John Pork. Люди чуть путают John Pork и Chanko. John Pork это как бы человек-свинья нарисованная. Я много раз говорил, что не John Pork, а Chanko, чтобы люди не путали, чтобы болельщики, кто за меня болеет, чтобы понимали, что не John Pork, а Chanko. Если можно, пожалуйста, не называйте меня так, мне это не нравится.
Unfortunately, the more you ask the masses to stop doing something, the more they tend to do the direct opposite. John Pork is probably not a nickname that's going away anytime soon, but he should definitely embrace it because it's making people excited to see him, and without it, he would just be another no-name fighter from the Caucasus region of Russia. He's an exciting stand-up fighter, and with the popularity that comes from being John Pork, he has the rare chance to quickly shoot up the rankings in the climate where fighters fit his general aesthetic tend to get passed over for fighters that are deemed to be more marketable by the UFC. And I'm guessing that Islam Makhachev is aware of that, so while he's telling the media not to call him that anymore, he's also keeping the joke going.
Кто вообще автор, можно сказать? Кто виновник?
Автор, я же где-то в Инстаграм отправил сообщение. Какую фотку? Ну, к настоящему этому Джон Порку я отправил сообщение, его фотку через кого-то Инстаграм.
Нет, вот из-за этого рилса все пошло вообще.
Brother, I say Chanko.
Ну, они услышали Джон Порк.
This is wrong. Вы ошибаетесь. Его селение называется Chanko. Из-за этого у него никнейм всю жизнь был Chanko. John Pork is the wrong thing, guys. Don't tell him. You make him upset.
Ты не обижаешься на ислам?
Я что?
На что обижаться?
На всех, кто пишет комментарии, он обижается.
Да.
Он уже хочет заблокировать комментарии в
У меня
Инстаграме.
там вот так тысячи сообщений, и вот это лицо туда Джон Кпора везде.
So yeah, this whole thing is pretty funny, and I'm definitely curious to see how far it will go. Will the meme die out in 2025, or will it follow him the rest of his illustrious career? I guess that depends on how good of a fighter Magomed Zaynukov actually is, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like the video if you liked it, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. And if you want to support the channel further, become a member by hitting join if you're on Android or desktop, or the link in the description if you're on iOS.
Ask first question. Ask for John Pork. They call our teammate John Pork. His nickname Chanko, but I don't know. People call him John Pork. Why? Guys, please don't call him John Pork. He's very upset. People recognize him in the street. You know.
Yeah.
They call him, hey, John Pork. He mad.